Actually, I wanted to send somebody else for the pre-match press conference today, but I knew this will be the first question. I think whatever we have put in forward has exactly been replicated by the press release that has been sent by the ICC. So we can't really add anything over that because it's exactly what has happened. And we felt what happened was wrong, so we went ahead with the charges. So apart from that, we can't really say anything, till the ICC decide what needs to be done. Well, frankly, I haven't seen the wicket, because this press conference happens before the practice session. So I've not really seen the wicket. We'll have to see, what kind of wicket is provided, how hard the surface is, and what's the amount of grass that has been left, on the wicket. And depending on all that, we'll see how the wicket behaves. But again, a lot depends on the condition. If it's nice and sunny, the fast bowlers get slightly less help, and if it's overcast, then you get a bit more help for the fast bowlers. Well, that will depend on the wicket, and the wicket will depend only if I see it. Well, not really. I still remember we talk a lot about the spirit of the game and everything, and there are guidelines that needs to be followed. There have been a few individuals from our side also in the past that have crossed that line, and it's a very difficult one. So you can be aggressive, you can be vocal, everything is fine, but there are certain guidelines that are laid, and we should be following all of that. Well, I think I'm not really worried about that, but what definitely I would like to do is to make sure that the remainder of the matches is played in the right spirit. And at the same time, it shouldn't be very docile. We want the players to be aggressive. We want them to say a few things, but at the same time, it's very important not to flow with it and cross the boundaries. And I think it will be our responsibility to make sure it's played in the right spirit, and we'll try our best to maintain that. Well, I'll do what's really in my control, and we'll move ahead with that. Well, not really. The reason being, let's talk about the test match. We are playing at Lord's, and we all know the importance of Lord's, and it will come up, whatever has happened and what will happen, it will come up at some point of time, and then we'll be in a better position to move forward with. Well, I think I can't really comment on that, because it's under the ICC as of now, but definitely, once everything goes through and all, we can get more into that. But right now, let's talk about the test matches. We'll have to wait for a while, it won't take a lot of days, but hopefully then we'll be in a better position. Well, let's get ahead with the test match, please. Well, it's not something that we have done, let's realize the fact, there's certain, like in a press conference, you can ask me tough questions, I have the right to answer them or not to answer them, but in no way I can go and touch you, or you can come and touch me, so you can put it in whatever ways possible, but, there are certain things that needs to be followed, and, it should be followed.
Is there any question about tomorrow's game?
Or we can
Yes.
leave. Well, the good thing is, it's not something that has only happened now. It's a constant thing that keeps happening, but frankly, usually we have been on the receiving end a lot of times, where somebody starts something and we retaliate, and we get fined for that, or different kinds of offenses are leveled against us. I think it was good on Jadeja's end, not to really do something. It could have gone a bit far, but I felt he addressed in the most appropriate manner, and that's something that we'll all have to learn and move forward. Somebody has to back off at the right time, because at the end of the day, we play a sport, and a lot of people, they look up to us, so there's a lot of responsibility on us. Well, in cricket, you'll never hear me say something like that, because it's a very difficult sport, and people talk a lot about form, but what's important is you lose form in one game and you gain form in like 10 minutes, and that's the way the game has been played. So we have our own process, we have our own plans, what will be important for us to execute those plans. So not depending on the individual, I think it's very important for us to execute the plans, and that will be our focus. Well, I think what's important is to not think about it as of now, because whatever happens, they will feature in the 11 guys, and they can go ahead with the game, and later on when the test match gets over, they can get the feel of how it was to play at Lord's, how different it is to some of the other grounds that they have played so far, and why it's one of the grounds that's talked about much more than some of the other grounds in the whole world. So it definitely will be a special moment for them. But I feel it's important that to get into that kind of mood is always better, once you have played 5 days of good cricket, and then you move ahead and think, okay, how good it was, and how it is different to some of the other stadiums.
Thank you very much.
Next pre-match I won't come, don't worry.